Greetings of the day to all of you. As we have started in our previous lecture, what is meant by thesis writing? What are the various kinds of parts of thesis writing in which front matter, okay, back matter. So the structure, the depth study about the structure is going to helpful to us whenever we are going to the structure of our report or the structure of our thesis. Then we have discussed about why the theses are written. What is the purpose of writing the thesis? Whenever I say the word thesis is nothing but it is considered as the report that we are writing, and the same parts will be there. Okay, then later on we have also studied in detail what are the various kinds of qualities of thesis writing that we want to maintain. So like all these parts today we are going to study the last important part of our thesis writing. So that is called as the what kind of language here we want to use whenever we are going to write one kind of report. Okay, so the language is considered as important part of our writing. So whatever kind of data we have collected here, and once we have decided our topic, and once we know how many chapters here we want to write, especially in our thesis writing, and whenever before starting to write your book report, you need to keep some of the points in your mind. So what kind of language that we are going to exactly use in our book report whenever we want to work on any one of the thesis. Okay, so the language that we are going to use, so that kind of language, it should reflect one kind of scientific attitude in our thesis writing. Okay, so this kind of scientific approach is nothing but, as we have discussed in the qualities of the book report, that we need to keep it in mind. Okay, so whenever we are going to write our book report, so we want to reflect, we want to present a one kind of scientific attitude. Means we want to think critically here. We want to try to analyze the things in a very proper way, and at the same time here we want to be an objective kind of person. And whenever we are writing our sentences in our book report, so our major focus should be to solve any one of the problem. Okay, so one point is here like this. We will take one example from our agricultural field. Okay, so large population and less agriculture. This is one of the problem. And whenever we are going to write our book report related this problem, so at that time here we want to take care about that. We are going to write, we are going to maintain a one kind of objective kind of approach in our book report. Okay, so as we know that whenever we are going to work on any one of the project, so while working on any one of the project, we want to do the field work, we want to collect the various kind of information. Okay, so whatever kind of data here we are going to collect, so that data should be considered as a one kind of real data, that we can keep the trust on whatever kind of information that we have collected here. It should reflect reality. It should also reflect what kind of truth. Okay, whatever you are going to write. So here, listener, or here your evaluator who is going to evaluate your thesis, he should feel like that you have maintained one kind of scientific attitude in your thesis writing, and whenever when that kind of scientific attitude will be maintained in our book report. So whenever we are writing our book report in an objective way, and we are also taking care about our whatever kind of sources of information that we are using here, and at the same time how we are presenting our thesis in a very proper way while keeping the objective of facts as it is that we want to write, and the information should be a very good kind of information that here our evaluator or our reader can understood this kind of information in a very proper way. Okay, so this was the point number first. Then the second quality of our book report, or the second kind of quality that we need to maintain while using the language of our book report, so that we can call it as a readability. Our report should be here understood by our reader, whatever we are writing. And when we will be able to write the proper kind of report, whenever we are using a very simple kind of language, and whenever we are trying to take care about our reader, what kind of language here our reader he can understand. So that kind of language we want to use. So here the understanding is considered as one of the important part whenever we are also writing one kind of email or the letter. So here our thesis should be in short readable. It can be understood by our reader. It can be understood by our guide. It can be understood by our supervisor. Okay, so that's why we want to take care about our report that it can be understood by all of them. Okay, then it should be also readable, and we also want to keep it in mind what are the likes, what is the area of interest of our readers, and according to our area of the readers we are going to write our book report, whether our reader is interested in the diversification of agriculture, or whether our reader is interested in the organic farming and organic food. So while first of all we want to understand the interest of our reader, and according to the interest of our reader we are going to write our book report. That we want to always keep it in mind. And once you have written your thesis, after writing your thesis, you know that you also want to defend your viva, and whenever you are going to defend your viva, so in that viva, first of all, you also want to give the presentation. And whenever we want to give a one kind of presentation, so while giving here a one kind of presentation, first of all, we want to understand the mind of our audience. The audience, what kind of audience here we have. Whenever we are giving a presentation, especially related with our topic on which we have written our thesis. It can be the large population and less agriculture. So we want to keep it in mind the area of interest of our audience. What are their likes? Okay. What is their content that they are interested in it? Okay. So that's why whenever we are writing our thesis, so we want to keep it in mind that what kind of scientific attitude, and at the same time our report should be readable. Okay, so is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So with the addition of this also, we have also some of the remaining qualities of our book report. So these qualities are like this: we want to be always precise, and we want to be always clear. So that's why whenever we are going to select any one of the topic, first of all we are forming our group. After forming our group, our next we are going to sit together, then we are selecting our topic, and once we have selected our topic, then we are collecting the various kind of information through the reference book, through the various kinds of journals, through our survey, through our questionnaire, through our interview. So whatever kind of information here we have collected, and once we have started to work on our thesis writing. So while working on our thesis writing, we want to take care about that. Here, whatever kind of content we are presenting in our book report, so that can be understood by our reader, that can be understood by any one of the person who is going to read our book report. So that's why we here we may be able to maintain the quality of the precision. And here at the same time there should be the clarity in our thoughts. So that's why whenever we are working on any one of the thesis or any one of the topic, okay. So first of all, it is expected that we need to prepare the objectives, and once we have prepared our objectives, then it will be clear to us why we are writing our book report. And always we want to, whenever we are thinking especially about the objective of our book report, then it will be very easy to us to understand what is the importance of our book report, why we are working on any one of the thesis. So once your objective is very clear, then automatically what kind of report that you are going to write, here you are going to present your content in a very proper way. Okay. And the length of our book report, it also changes from stream to stream, whether you are doing your graduation, post graduation, or your PG. So that's why for some report that we are using, some reports are shorts. Okay, some reports are also long. So according to our content, according to our education level, whether we are writing for graduation, post graduation, or research, we want to take care about the length of our book report. Okay, so that's why if we are trying to write too much information in our book report, so it can happen that it is going to lose the quality of our book report. So that's why it should not be too lengthy, or it should not be also too short. Okay, so that's why whenever we are going to write one kind of book report, so while writing one kind of book report that we want to take care, it should not be too long, it should not be too short also. If we are trying to maintain this kind of balance, so this kind of balance is going to helpful to us to maintain one kind of quality in our book report. Okay, so whenever we are going to present all these things in a very proper way, then automatically its result will be on our presentation. Here we may be able to give our presentation in a very proper way. Okay, so that's why it is expected that we may be able to give here one kind of clear cut presentation. And when it is going to happen, whenever we are going to whenever we are going to maintain one kind of clarity and one kind of quality of the precision in our book report. Okay, then next point that we need to keep it in mind whenever we want to write our book report, that is a proper sentence construction. Okay, so as we know that so many people they are thinking that if we are trying to use some kinds of hard words or some kinds of lengthy sentences, these are going to impress to your audience or to your reader. But in reality, this is not expected here. Whenever we are going to write one kind of email or book report thesis writing, we want to take care that we are going to write in a simple language that can be understood by our evaluator, and at the same time that can be understood by our reader. Okay, so we want to write the simple sentences simple kind of vocabulary we want to use, and some kinds of research words also we want to use, like that it is found that, okay, it is observed. So these kinds of words should come in your vocabulary. And whenever you are also trying to write to the point, then it is going to be very helpful to us. Okay, related with the whether we are using the proper kind of tenses or proper kinds of punctuations here or not, proper kinds of conjunctions, okay, proper kinds of nouns here we are using or not. So that's why in simple, we want to take care about that we are not going to do any kinds of grammatical mistakes in our book report, and it is expected that we want to uh, use the passive voice in our book report. Okay, so at the same time, it will be the responsibility of our whole group who are going to work on any one of the thesis, or who are going to work on any one of the topic. Okay, so you need to check so many things. It includes other kinds of figures that we have used here in our book report. Okay, how many figures we have used, if some kinds of quotations we have used, okay, what are kinds of references we have used. So we need to check and recheck again and again in our thesis writing. So this part will come in our editing whenever we are going to do what kind of editing of our thesis writing. So that's why it is expected that report writer he needs to check about the quotations, okay, the references, what are kinds of references he has written, dates, facts and figures. Okay, so whenever we are going to check, then it is going to helpful to you to present all the things in a very proper way in our written form of our thesis, and at the same time in our presentation. Then the last point that we have, that is the correct choice of the words. What are kinds of words here we are using? It should be, as I said, you simple word we need to use, that we are using in our day-to-day communication, that we are using in our day-to-day life. So as I said you in our spoken English class, that whenever we are going to speak, so according to our stream, our language is changing. Okay, so if you are belonging from the agricultural field, your focus should be to collect more and more words from agricultural field that can be useful for us in our academic life, and at the same time in our coming professional life. Okay, so we want to use the very simple and short sentence constructions, and we need to avoid some kinds of informal words, okay, that we are using in our day-to-day communication, where we are not following any kinds of rules, and try to also avoid the complex and compound sentences, because it can happen that you can make some of the mistakes also in your written form of the communication. So that's why here we need to take care that unnecessary jargon we should not use also. So this is all about what kind of language we want to use in our report writing. So in short, in this module, what we have exactly studied, what is meant by thesis writing. Okay, in our thesis writing, how the success of any one of the organization, it depends on effective communication, and how the reports which are considered as the backbone of that organization or that company. Okay, then we have discussed about the importance of reports, how the reports can be useful to us in our decision making or while collecting the various kind of information. Okay, and while also measuring the executive performance, at the same time how it is also useful in technical reports. Then very important part of our book report, that was the structure and the manuscript of the book report. Okay, how our report is divided into the various kinds of parts. The front matter of our book report, in which how to title page, a preface, letter of transmittal, acknowledgement, table of the contents, list of illustrations. Okay. Then we have discussed about the main body of our book report, in which introduction, methodology, description, analysis, conclusion. How we also want to write the back matter. It includes the references, bibliography, and index. Okay. So with the addition of this also, we have also studied about what are the qualities of report writing, and at the end of our today's lecture, we also discussed about what kind of language we want to use while writing our thesis, in which how our kind of scientific attitude and how it should be readable for our reader, and quality of the precision, clarity, simple sentence construction, and how we also need to avoid the correct choice of words in our book report. So this is all for this related with thesis writing. So did you understand it? Any difficulty about this part?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so now let us also
Yes.
thank you for your quick reply. Now, like this part, we have also one important point that I would like to start also in our today's class. So we can call to this part as it is related with our writing skill, and that is nothing but how to write an abstract. Okay, how to write a summary, how to write the precise. So these are some of the points, and how to do the work citation. So these are some of the points that are related with our skill of the writing. Okay, so the writing is also considered as one of the important kind of skill, and as we have discussed in our introductory part of our this paper, technical writing and communication skills, that whenever we are writing, how we are going to maintain one kind of clarity, conciseness, courtesy. Okay, so that's why writing an abstract summary is going to helpful to us whenever we want to work on any one of the project. Okay, whenever we are want to do one kind of research, and at the same time, whenever we also want to publish one kind of research paper in any one of the reputed international journal, which has the good kind of impact factor. Okay, so that's why let us begin about what is meant by abstract. Okay, so the abstract writing is considered as one of the important point. Okay, once you have studied a lot, you have gone through the various kinds of reference books, various kinds of magazines, journals, various kinds of newspapers, and you have acquired the sufficient kind of knowledge. When you will reach to this stage in your life, at that time, here you want to publish your papers. So whatever kind of research that you have done. So for a moment, we consider that the group from your class. So you want to write a one kind of paper, research paper on the diversification in agriculture. So while writing your paper on the diversification in agriculture, first of all, you want to prepare your abstract, okay, and you want to send your abstract to the publisher, and they will evaluate their they are going to evaluate it. They have their uh, committee, scrutiny committee. They will evaluate your abstract. Then your research paper will be published. Okay. So that's why abstract writing is also considered as one of the important kind of skill that we need to improve, or that we need to work on it. Okay. So when you are going to complete your, now you all are doing your post graduation. Now you can also publish your papers also. So that's why abstract writing is considered as one of the important kind of part of our professional life and of our academic life. Okay. So the abstract is also nothing but it is a one kind of short kind of summary related with our research. Okay. So if you want to write on diversification in agriculture, so related with this, it this short kind of summary should include in your research paper in just 6 to 7 lines. That's it. Okay. That is considered as the short summary of your research paper. Okay. It is considered as a one kind of gist. ओके. जर आपण मराठीमध्ये सांगायचं असेल तर ज्यावेळेस आपण दूध काढतो, दूध काढल्याच्या नंतर पुन्हा त्याचं आपण दही बनवतो, ताक बनवतो, ताकापासून पुन्हा येणारी तुमची जी काही लोणी आहे, लोण्याच्या नंतर तूप बनते. तर ते तूप म्हणजे दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज इन शॉर्ट it is considered as your one kind of abstract. Okay, so in short, it is nothing but the short summary about our all the things. So that is included in our research. So that is considered as a one kind of abstract. Okay, so whenever we are also going to write our abstract in a very proper way, it includes so many points. First will be the abstract, then what are the keywords that we are also using in our paper, research paper. Some keywords we also want to write. Then introduction, methodology, importance, hypothesis. Then all the parts of our research papers will come there. Then at the end, references, bibliography. Okay, these are some of the major points that we found in any one of the research papers. Okay, so the abstract, it is also going to highlight our area of our interest. Okay, the topic will be like the large population and the less agriculture. So the whatever kinds of keywords we are using, and so whenever we are going to write a one kind of abstract, so while writing a one kind of abstract, here we also want to take care that we are going to add some kinds of keywords here, and always we need to keep it in our mind. The purpose of our research, the purpose of our topic, why we are doing our research. Okay, and one kind of The relevance should reflect through our abstract writing. Okay, so one kind of logical thinking should there. The relevance means your title should be appropriate. Why you are also writing on that research paper. So your objective should be clear to you, and what kind of importance that will be there, and what will be your own contribution to your readers. So that kind of own contribution to your readers should come through your research paper. What are the new things that you are going to add in your abstract writing? And at the same time, you should get some kind of outcome. Okay, whatever kind of message also you want to give to your readers. Okay, so these are some of the major kinds of areas that we need to keep it in mind whenever we are going to work, whenever we are going to prepare any one kind of abstract. It should highlight on the our keywords, that is our content, what is the objective of our abstract, and there should be one kind of relevance and importance, and at the same time what kind of outcome should come to our abstract. So that's why abstract writing is considered as one of the complex kind of task, but once you have done the good kind of practice about it, so that can be useful to you. Practice means related with your reading, thinking, and writing in a very systematic way. Okay, so that's why the various kinds of publishers, they are going to demand from you that your abstract should be only within 250 words or 300 words. Okay, so that's why the length of our abstract should be only within one single paragraph. And according to your abstract, as I said you earlier, then they are going to select your research paper. So while writing our abstract, what is our own contribution? What are our new ideas related with our organic farming and organic food? So what are your new innovative thoughts? What are your new innovative ideas? So these ideas should reflect in our abstract. Okay, and the basic major function of this abstract is only to reflect or to give a one kind of outline about the various kinds of parts that we are going to add in our research paper. So this is clear-cut idea about abstract. Abstract is nothing but, in simplest word, it is the summary of our research paper, or it can also be the summary of our entire thesis. So is it clear to you what is meant by abstract?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So you keep your audio on mute level, all of you. With addition of this also, here our one kind of common sense that is also going to useful to us while preparing our abstract. Okay, or whatever kinds of various kinds of sources that we are also using to write our research paper. Okay, so whatever kinds of resources if we are also using, but here what is our own contribution, what exactly you think about it, what exactly you feel about it. So your one kind of own sense should also come through our abstract. Okay, and it is expected that first of all, here our abstract should be placed at the beginning of our paper. Okay, so first of all our title will come. Okay, then our topic will come. Okay, title page, and after the title page whatever kind of abstract we want to write, so that abstract will come. And once we are completely sure here about our conclusion, then we are we can write here our abstract, or we can prepare our abstract. So everything should be clear whenever we are going to write one kind of abstract. Okay. So what exactly we are going to also add in our conclusion when it is clear to you, what kind of outcome here exactly you are going to get to our abstract, and whenever it is clear to you in a very proper way, then you can write your abstract in a very systematic and in a very precise way. Okay. So now the another question can be automatically come in your mind after doing the systematic study about the introductory part of our report. Here we need to also understand why to write an abstract. Okay, so whenever we are going to write a one kind of abstract, so while writing an abstract, as I said you earlier, that here you should have the clear-cut objective. If you are trying to write your research paper on diversification in agriculture, so while writing your research paper on diversification in agriculture, first of all, you should have the objective why you are writing your research paper. Okay, so like this, whenever we are also going to write our abstract, so in our abstract, the selection and indexing, these are the two major purposes of an abstract. A selection means what kind of topic here you are going to select, especially from agricultural field. What is your specialization? What is your area of interest? Okay, so that kind of selection is going to be very helpful to you, and that kind of abstract it is going to allow to your readers to know the purpose and to know the complete kind of idea of your research paper. Okay, so that's why abstracts are very important in the selection, and like also the selection here our abstract are also very important related with indexing, because it is going to allow to us. Okay, it should also include the key words, as I said you earlier, that is called as the indexing. Okay, so it is going to allow to your readers who are going to read your research paper, who are going to read your abstract. Okay, so this will be the easiest way to them to understand our research paper. So that's why the selection and indexing, which are considered as two important purposes of our abstract writing. So we need to always keep it in mind. Are you able to see the PPT or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Now we have also the another question that is in our mind, that is when is it necessary to write abstract? Okay, so this question can become naturally in our mind. So whenever this kind of question is coming in our mind, so automatically the answer is like this. Whenever we want to submit any one of the article in any one of the reputed international journal, okay, then at the same time, whatever kind of use of that abstract, okay, to get the grant, to get the permission from the government sector. Okay, they are also providing to us the various kinds of funds whenever we also want to organize a one kind of seminar related with agricultural field. So here the government is also going to give us a fund, various kinds of organizations, various kinds of companies, they are also helping to us. So in collaboration with them, we are also organizing the various kinds of seminars, conferences. So that's why abstract are useful to us whenever we need to submit any one of the article in any one of the journal or application for research grant to get the permission to get the research grant. And whenever you also want to do the completion of your thesis. Okay, so the abstract is considered as important point. And whenever you also want to submit your proposals for conference papers. Okay, so first of all, you need to submit your proposals, and when they will finalize your proposal, when they will evaluate your proposal, then they will send they are going to send one kind of feedback to us. Or then exactly they are going to demand the our paper from us. Okay, so that's why it is important point to understand when is it necessary to write an abstract. Okay, so this is going to helpful to us. Then now we are going towards the major part of our abstract. Okay, so what exactly should be the content in our abstract, like our thesis writing. In our thesis writing, we have discussed that how it has a systematic kind of structure. Okay, so like this kind of systematic structure of our thesis writing, we are also going to follow the proper kind of format of our research paper, the proper kind of format of our abstract whenever we are going to write. And this kind of format of the abstract, it is also going to change from discipline to discipline. Okay, it is going to change from stream to stream, whether you are writing your research paper in the science field, the arts field, in the agricultural field. So it is changing from the discipline to the discipline. Okay, so it is going to change from stream to stream. Okay, so that's why whenever we are going to write an abstract, so before writing an abstract, it is our duty or it is our work that it is our essential part that we should know what are the various kinds of IO or major sections that we have in our abstract. So the first point will be we should know the reason of our writing, why we are writing. Okay, if you are writing the challenges in the organic farming, your research paper. So before writing your research paper, here it is very important to us that we should know what is the reason for our writing. Okay, so whenever we want to work on any one of the project, so while working on any one of the project or while preparing our research paper, first of all we should know what is the reason for of it. Okay, what is the reason for it means what you want to convey here, what is your original idea. Okay, and what kind of contribution specially you are going to do from your research, and how your research is also going to helpful for the society. Okay, and at the same time you need to understand the area of interest of our reader. So that's why before writing any one of the abstract, it is our work that we need to understand what is the reason why here we are writing our abstract. Okay, and once your objective will be clear to you why you are writing your abstract, like this, why you are doing your PG in MTech Agri. Once it is clear to you, then you know that what will be the result of it. Okay, so the next point that we need to keep it in mind that we are going to also add in our abstract. So that is stating the problem. Okay, so before working on any one of the project, okay, first of all, we are going to select the problem in that specific kind of field. If you are in the agricultural field, so first of all, you should know what are the various kinds of problems of the farmers and why they are facing the various kinds of problems. What is the solution that we can give to them? Okay, so that's why first of all, you need to decide your problem. Okay, once we have decided our problem in a very proper way, so after deciding our problem, then we may be able to define that problem in a very systematic and in a very organized manner to our reader or to our guide also. Okay, why here your topics are rejected by your guide? Because here you have not selected the latest updated topic. Can happen that in your coming future you also want to work on any one of the project or you want to do one kind of research. Why your topic will be rejected? Because there is no innovation, because there are also no new ideas also in your topic. Okay, so that's why your topic can be rejected. So that's why the problem that we are going to select, so that it should be the new and that should be useful for the society. Okay, so that's why we need to solve the appropriate and the proper kind of problem, and this is also considered as one of the important step of the research. Before doing the research, there are the various kinds of steps which are included in the research, and the stating the problem, it is also considered as one of the step, okay, in the research. So that's why here before writing our abstract, it will be our work that how you are going to solve that problem and how that your project it is going to be very useful to you for the society, and what are the major also ideas that are your own innovative ideas, that are your own created your own arguments that you are going to present through your abstract. So it is going to helpful to you. So how you are firmly writing your statements, how you are firmly presenting your arguments with various kinds of examples, with various kinds of illustrations. Okay, so that is going to be helpful to us in our thesis writing, and at the same time, it is also going to be very helpful to us also in our abstract writing. So that's why the abstract writing, it is considered as one of the important kind of skill, and how the abstract writing is also going to change from stream to stream, and how first of all making the clear cut idea about why we are writing an abstract and how we are also stating our problem, defining our problem in a very easiest and in a very simplest way that is going to go helpful to them. Okay, so then we have the third part in our abstract writing, that is considered as the methodology. So the methodology is nothing but it is a one kind of systematic study that we are doing. So once again also our methods are also going to change from stream to stream, from branch to branch. Okay, so whenever we are going to write our abstract, so before writing our abstract, we want to take care about that the scientific information we are going to write in our approach. When scientific approach will be we are using, it is used in the world of science. Okay, So in our methodology, what kind of proof that we are also giving to them? What kind of evidences, what kind of proof that we are using? So here your methodology is changing from stream to stream. Okay, whether you are doing your research in the agricultural field, you need to do the field work, you need to do the more and more practicals. Those who want to do their research in the world of science, they want to do also the more and more practicals also. And if you are doing your research in the literature, then you also want to use the various kinds of methods. Okay, so methodology is changing from stream to stream. And what is important in the methodology, whatever kinds of proofs that we are giving here, that is going to helpful to us. Then we have the next point in our abstract writing, that is considered as a one kind of result. And when we are going to able to give the result of our problem, so whenever we have done a one kind of systematic study about it while presenting the systematic information, and whenever we are going to present our systematic information, so as we have studied earlier related with the thesis writing, how the introduction, objective of it, hypothesis, okay, proper kind of research design about it, and how it is also going to helpful to us. So whenever we are following all the steps that we are using in the research, and when we are going to write it, then automatically we are going to get the proper and accurate kinds of results in our projects. Okay, so that's why whenever we are going to write our one kind of abstract, okay, so we need to take care about each element that is involved in the abstract writing. Okay, that can be also the results. Then implications. The implications means how does this work add to the body of knowledge on topic? Means what can be your own contribution related with this? Okay, and how that can be also useful. What are your own findings? Whether is it in a theoretical, it is related with theoretical part of it, or whether is it related with practical part of it, and how these kinds of implications which are also going to useful to them also in their coming future. Okay, then the last part that is included in our abstract writing, that is we need to edit our abstract in a very systematic way. Okay, editing of your abstract is considered as one of the important way to promote your work, to highlight your work for your readers, to highlight your works, especially in the field in which you are belonging. Okay, so that's why abstract writing is considered as one of the important kind of skill that we need to work on it. Okay, so once you started to do the editing of your abstract, so we need to see first of all parts we have added in our abstract or not, whether we have added the title, abstract, keywords, okay, introduction, methodology, importance, and all our major parts, and how we also added the references or not. Okay, so these are all the parts that are included in our abstract writing, and we need to check it again and again, and we need to take care about that how we written in a very clear cut way, how we maintain the one kind of quality of the precision here or not. Okay, so that kind of revision is going to helpful to us. So that is called as the editing of our abstract. Okay, so again we need to recheck whatever kind of key terms that we have also used here, and we have written our abstract in limited words or not. Okay, so in short, we have studied about abstract is nothing but it's a one kind of short kind of summary, and how it is going to also highlight the research purpose, relevance, and the importance of it, and how the publishers they are demanding your abstract only within a limited word that we need to write, and how abstract writing it should include our innovative thoughts, our own innovative ideas, and how why here we are writing an abstract. Okay, and how when is it necessary to write the various kinds of abstract. Okay, then what are the important parts that are included in our abstract, in which reason for writing and stating our problem in a very clear cut way, and what kind of methodology that we are using here, what is our result, what are our implications. Okay, then what is our conclusion also, and how we are also trying to edit our abstract. Okay, so this was related with what is meant by abstract writing. So is it clear to you? Did you
Yes, sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your reply.